Where great cigars meet great conversations. This is Poppa P's Podcast.
Welcome to Poppa P's Podcast. And Dale, we did it.
Yeah.
We made it through our first bunch of episodes of 2025. And this is the final one.
Right.
This is our final podcast.
Of 2025.
Of 2025. Mm-hmm. And we appreciate everybody that's already kind of jumped on board and followed us. And we thought this would kind of be a fun way to end the year.
Mm-hmm.
And but first, what are you smoking today?
Today I am smoking the Rodriguez Prima Clase Corona size. Box press from Key West, Florida. It's really, really good.
Well, I'm smoking a box press as well. This is a newer cigar. This is the Rocky Patel Gold Label, and it's a very good cigar.
It's a great cigar.
Great cigar. So what we thought we would do is we're going to kind of, Dell and I are going to kind of give our best of the best. I don't know if we want to say awards because they're not really awards. There's all kinds of year-end cigar charts out there, and they all have different criteria. We thought it'd be cool if we picked our favorite cigars that we smoked this year and talk a little bit about the criteria. Now, first of all, what are you drinking over there?
Well, this episode features a Shiner Bock from Shiner, Texas. A little beer today.
Well, I'm drinking a glass of water, and I don't mind telling you. Listen, you folks, you get it. We record several of these shows in a day. That's how it's done. And between the holidays and stuff, I probably didn't need anything more to drink. So,
well,
we've been recording for 14 hours straight.
Yeah, hope you'll make sense of this.
Yeah.
This
well, I'm
last
kidding
one
about
show.
that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we thought it'd be neat. We have literally no idea what's on his list.
Mm-hmm.
He has no idea what's on my list.
That's right.
And as far as our criteria for picking our best cigars, the criteria was there's no criteria. So this is not based on what we sold well here. This is not based on anything in particular, ratings that these cigars received. We just thought it'd be cool if we came up with 5 cigars each, not telling each other what they are, that we smoked during the year 2025 that just kind of stood out to us. And we thought it would be a fun thing to do. And I don't know about you, Del. I found this was very hard to do.
Well,
I started making a list, and I'm like, I don't know if I can narrow this down to 5.
Well, as we discussed, both of us had a problem because getting it to 5 cigars for 25 was a challenge, and I narrowed it down to like 15, and then it got to 8, and then back to 10 and 12,
Yep.
and then
my
daughter said, I thought you were supposed to pick 5, Dad.
I'm kind of the same way. And anyway, I don't even know. Not that we need an introduction. I'm Scott, Poppa P.
And I'm Dale.
Dale Hickman. Behind the scenes, we got Miss Emmy. She keeps us on time and keeps us in line. And she's behind the scenes, but the most important part of what we do here, because we couldn't do it without her. So I think what we'll do is kind of go back and forth. Now, I'm going to tell you, I quickly came up with about 15 cigars. And I truly couldn't narrow it down. So
this is not a best of.
No, so I was able to narrow it down to 10. And we also want to say, just so everybody knows, it doesn't necessarily mean that these cigars are new to 2025 or came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, on my list, which has been under wraps, because 2 or 3 times I came in and Dell was in my office, and I swear he was looking for my list.
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
Now, it's going to be interesting if we have anything that is the same.
It will be.
So we're getting ready to find out.
My gut instinct is there may be, but we do not know that. So
that's true. So let's get started. You want to go first?
I will. These are not, we're going to start with, so I was able to narrow it down. I've got 5 in no particular order.
Right.
And then I feel a need to mention 5 more.
Okay.
That are very honorable mentions.
I have the same.
And could have
we agreed to
easily
that
gone up
accidentally.
here. Yeah.
Yes.
So again, these are not in any particular order, and don't even know that I'm going to read them in order. But one of them that's on my top 5 list is not a new cigar. It's been out for years and years, but I found myself this year smoked quite a few of them. And it's a cigar that never, ever lets me down, and it's an Arturo Fuente Hemingway, in particular the signature size. It just has this great African Cameroon wrapper, Dominican filler and binder, and just a great medium-bodied cigar. And I think it's one of the great classic cigars on the market. Mm-hmm. In as many years as I've been smoking it, it has never let me down.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is a strong one off the first pitch.
I set the bar pretty high.
You did. So my first one on the list in no order. I think that really has no bearing the order that we're going to go through. My first one that I'm going to talk about briefly is the Plasencia Almafuerte. I like the natural and the Maduro versions, but if I had to go with one of them, is the natural. And it's maybe on that scale, it's a medium plus body cigar. It's a Nicaraguan Puro, mm-hmm. And it's just like all Plasencias. It's just it's the green one. It's just good.
Cannot go wrong with a Plasencia.
Yeah, it's
opinion.
Fantastic.
They grow some of the best tobacco in the world, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason that so many companies turn to Plasencia for tobacco. So that's a very good one to have on your list.
It's pretty good off the bat there.
Yep. All right, my next pick is a cigar that was first turned on to back in April down in New Orleans at our PCA trade show. And it was a cigar that had not been released yet, but we got to smoke it. And it's a cigar that, of everything at the show, I went back and asked for another one. But it's the Rocky Patel 30th anniversary.
Oh.
Just
we did sneak back and ask for another one.
I think, in fact, I told our folks from Rocky Patel, could be one of the best cigars he's come out with in a long time. And again, these are all our opinions. So, mm-hmm. But that was another cigar in my top 5. It's a great San Andreas wrapper. I think one of the neat things about it is it has a double binder from Nicaragua that's aged for 7+ years, and the filler is Honduras and Nicaraguan that's aged for 5 years. Just great medium to full-bodied cigar. For me, I would call it more medium-bodied. But the Rocky Patel 30th anniversary made it into my top 5.
Well, that's fantastic, because we did sneak back and ask for an extra one there, and they were kind enough to help us out. My second one is a brand that's very familiar to us here in Nashville, and that's from Tim Ozinger. And it is actually also, by pure coincidence, a new release for 2025. And if you like a rich, full cigar, it's probably at 4+ on that scale of 1 to 5. Is the brand new from Tim Ozinger, the Caratoba, and whatever size you pick, but I like the Toro, and Tim calls it the K50, mm-hmm. And it is it's so balanced, and it has a Sumatran wrapper. Mm-hmm. And with Nicaraguan filler and Nicaraguan binder, but the filler is a combination of Nicaraguan and Dominican. And Tim just hit a home run with that cigar this year.
I agree with you, and what's neat about that is I don't have to read the details of my next one on my list.
Oh, is it the same one?
Because that is also on my list.
The first.
I just thought, and I've enjoyed everything Tim's come out with Oz Family Cigars. When Caratoba came out, I thought, this just kind of took it to the next level for me.
Oh, wow.
Incredible cigar, and I still smoke a bunch of them. So, and I will say, again, it has nothing to do with how we've come up with these. These are all our personal choices, but it's been one of the new releases this year that we've had to constantly keep in stock. People that we always say we can turn people onto a cigar one time. From there, do they keep coming back after them? And that's one they have. So I can check that one off my list. That's our our first duplicate.
Yeah. Oh, that was accidental.
Yep.
To do them back to back like that.
Yep.
So are you done then talking about Oz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it.
All right.
But great cigar.
Is it back to me?
Yep.
Okay.
Speaking of Oz Family Cigars,
Yes.
and Tim, we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here, and again, swear this has nothing to do with it. The very next episode that will come out, which will be the first
Of
week of
2026.
January, first week of January, first week of 2026, Tim will be our special guest, and it's an incredible,
It's quite the treat.
show. Yeah, you guys will enjoy it. So,
All right. My next cigar is from Oliva, and it's the Series V 135th anniversary. And it's a special shape cigar. We've been fortunate. They release it a couple times a year, and we've been fortunate enough here at Poppa P Smoke Shop to get more than our fair share, because we sell about as many as we can get of this cigar, and it's just such a good cigar. And it's a full body cigar, and it is the exact same blend as the regular Series V, but they have changed by having it in that perfecto size. It changes constantly through the cigar, because it's real skinny at the front, and it's a pleasant surprise if for the first time you have it, and then it'll be one that I can say that I'll go back to on a regular basis.
the one that's not on my list, but very easily could have been. Again, this was really. I'm the one that had this bright idea, hey, we should do our top 5 cigars. And then I'm like, gosh, I wish I'd never suggested this, because it's very hard to come up with. So that's a great one. So the next one on my list, I didn't intentionally put 2 from the same company, but it just worked out that way. But this cigar really caught me off guard. It's the Arturo Fuente Don Carlos Sangre de Toro. And it first caught my attention before I even had a chance to smoke it, because it was the Don Carlos blend done with a San Andreas Mexican wrapper. And I'm like, I don't know how that's going to work. To me, it worked brilliantly. And I enjoyed it so much that now we can't get them. They say it's going to be a regular production run, so hopefully in 2026 we'll have them back in stock. But fantastic cigar, and it truly caught me off guard.
Well, it was one that you told me that you'd never seen it before, and I had an opportunity to get 2 of them, and I don't have any more left. It's really, really good, and I was blessed and opportunity to have that, and you recommended it strongly.
Again, I smoked it out of sheer curiosity. A Don Carlos with a San Andreas wrapper, but it worked. To me, it worked great. Sangre de Toro is Spanish for bull's blood.
Bull's blood. Huh. What do you know?
A little bit of interesting trivia right
That's
there.
right. Well, Scott, the story of my next one was very random, that I had the opportunity back in February of 2025 of this year to meet Danny DeFabio down in Key West doing an opportunity we had with Cool Springs Wine and Spirits to do a Papa's Polar rum barrel pick. And I got to meet Danny, and one thing led to another. Now we carry his full lineup of cigars in our shop, and they've been a really nice surprise.
Do very well for us.
And Danny's a great guy, and his family story is fantastic. And he did an event with us in June, and one thing led to another. And because of that relationship, who knows if the cigars are that good. The Connecticut his Habano Maduro, and then the Prima Clase, which is the one I happen to be smoking right here, is their top of the line. He only makes 1,000 boxes of them a year, and it is a San Andreas wrapper with a binder and filler from Nicaragua. And this particular size I'm smoking here is the Corona.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Great cigars.
Thank you, Danny, for that.
They do great work. So, all right, I got one more left on my top 5, and again, our criteria. I probably came up with cigars on my list, some of them for a different reason than even Dell.
That's the beauty of this.
It wasn't just that this cigar just wowed me, although this one did impress me. But the last one on my list, I put on the list purely because it was so uniquely different from anything else that I'd smoked in a while, in particular from the company. But the next one on my list, the last in my top 5, is the Perdomo Legacy Nicaraguan Shade Grown. And again, for me, it just was very uniquely different. They're using a hybrid leaf in it, which is a combination of Cameroon and Cuban seed that they worked on for a long time. And to me, and again, my whole criteria for this one making it in here is that it. One thing I'll say about Perdomo and Nick and them, and although Nicholas actually was largely responsible for this blend, but they'd been working on this seed and this leaf for a long time. I love when a company don't often put out new cigars. They only put out something new when they've got something unique and different. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a good thing.
Right. Well, they worked on, this is a hybrid seed.
Yep. And again, for me, it was just the uniqueness of this cigar, and it truly did have a flavor profile that was uniquely different for me. So that was the final of my top 5.
Well, that's a tough one to follow there, Scott, because that cigar is fantastic. My fifth, not fifth cigar, but the 5th cigar just happens to be on the list, is the Arturo Fuente Opus X. And some people are like, well, yeah. But for me, particularly in 2025, was the Angel Share. Mm-hmm. And you told me that I should try the Chateau Reserve. I think that's how you say it. It is a 7-inch long, but 48 ring gauge. And that is an hour and a half, 2-hour smoke, taking your time and really enjoying that. So, and it is, what makes it unique is it's the same binder and filler as a regular Opus X with a different wrapper. And just that subtle change, and also in that particular size, is just fantastic.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people don't realize how much a wrapper leaf affects the overall flavor of a cigar. You know, I think, they said with the Angel Share, the intent was for it to be just a little bit smoother than a typical Opus X. Mm-hmm. Not quite as much of the...
Yeah, on that scale, it's probably a medium plus.
Yeah.
Scale 1 to 5, I would put it at a 4.
Yeah.
So that was, it's just an easy smoke, and that particular size, now we happen to have had them because we don't have them anymore because they go pretty quick, and multiple sizes, but that one that you recommended was particularly good.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. That's our top 5, but we can't stop there because it was too hard.
Got a whole nother sheet of paper.
And I swear even the next 5 I'm going to talk about I literally had to go like this. I closed my eyes and just started pointing. The next one is also that I want to talk about. It's a cigar that really stands out to me. It's a limited edition cigar from Crowned Heads called the Belgian Blue. This is the 2nd year they came out with it. Same blend as last year in a different size this year. Pretty limited, but it's just a great cigar. That Crowned Heads has out, and if you haven't tried it, I encourage you, if you can still get some. Grace got an Ecuadorian binder, San Andreas wrapper. I think, fillers are Nicaraguan, Dominican. I think one of the things that catches me is, and I didn't realize this when it first came out last year, but 75% of the filler tobacco is Ligero.
Oh.
Which, to me, when I learned that, I thought, well, this is going to really knock me out of my butt. And it really don't.
No,
it's
I've had
balanced.
it. Yeah.
It's just a really good balanced
because I asked
cigar. So.
Tim to explain that one to me.
Yeah.
Because it was so good, and I said, "What makes this different?" He did explain that to me as well.
So that's the first of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, honorable mention, which
could have easily been.
These are all just like 1A, B, C, D, E, F, G kind of thing for me, because I had a hard time, as we talked late last week, about getting to 5 was almost impossible, or it was impossible, not almost. Arturo Fuente Hemingway, not just any Hemingway, because there's multiple sizes of it. And maybe this is your influence over me over the last couple of years, Scott, but if I had to have one cigar, maybe, I would not say my last one, but one cigar, just have it and enjoy it and maybe share it with a friend, it would be the signature size. And it's just so you explained it better than I can ever explain.
That's my go-to.
What do you know?
As far as size-wise, I just think it's a great size cigar.
I do like the short story as well.
Yeah. Hemingways are, to me, one of the great classic cigars that are out there. So, I do want to, I'm kind of steering off topic a little bit, but I want to real quickly address this, and I can do it in just a few seconds, because there's been a lot of discussion this year about Cameroon wrapper leaf, some business decisions that the Fuente family went through. I have, Carlito Fuente has assured, everybody that they have it well under control. We're not going to be seeing an issue with
shortage of Hemingways.
Yeah, or getting Don Carlos or Hemingways with Cameroon wrapper leaf. So
that's a relief.
All right. Well, my next one is a cigar that fell under the radar here for a while until customers just started more and more asking about, and that's the Mayflower Dream. And I won't go into the whole story of the brand, but it's a well-known person of celebrity status that is behind the brand and created it. And those type of things to me are always hit or miss.
But this is a hit.
But this is a hit. When in fact we saw him at the trade show and didn't even stop. I'd heard of him, but wasn't on our radar.
We had customers ask about it,
and it was customers.
You did a little homework, and we have it full line and doing very well.
Yeah, and then when I got them and smoked, they said, "Oh no, these are the real deal." So if you haven't tried Mayflower cigars, the Dream is actually a double Maduro cigar that they do. So that's one that you ought to give a shot to if you haven't tried it.
All right. Well, my next one has a little sentimental value to it because we've had an opportunity to have Nick Perdomo come to our shop each of the last 2 years, and the first time he was here in 2024, I was helping get set up, and I actually took that time to talk to Nick and ask him. I said, "Hey, I'm learning about cigars and your brand. If there was one he asked me some questions about what I liked and didn't like, and if there's one cigar you would recommend that I try of yours that I may not have, or who knows, because I'm still a neophyte, what would you recommend?" And he went straight to this cigar, and he actually gave me the Connecticut version and the Maduro version of the 12-year barrel aged. And that particular cigar is fantastic, and I don't know why it wasn't in the top 5, because that's why actually our top 5 is really the top 10 in no particular order, and it is just a fantastic cigar. It's a Nicaraguan Puro as well, and how they take and age I think they age almost all, if not all, their tobacco in bourbon barrels. But this particular one is the 12 barrel aged 12 year is fantastic.
And it's not a limited edition cigar per se, but there's very few retailers. We feel very blessed and fortunate here that we were asked and chosen to be
That's true.
a vintage 12 retailer, because not everybody can carry them. So
And we basically always have them. So if you haven't tried it, and we have it in Connecticut, Sun-Grown, and Maduro.
Yep, they're very good cigar. Next on my list is from my father's cigars, and it's the My Father Blue. And this is on my very honorable mention. I think what fascinates me about this cigar is Don Pepin Garcia is so well known for, being one of the greats with Nicaraguan tobacco and Nicaraguan cigars. This is his first venture into Honduran tobacco. And, he went all out, bought tobacco fields in Honduras, built a factory. And it's a very solid cigar. It's another one that we've had to constantly reorder. But the My Father Blue, if you haven't tried it, give it a try. And it is different from all his other stuff. There's
It's great.
a big difference between Nicaragua and Honduran, and don't mean one's better than the other, but he was very successful with his first major venture into Honduran tobacco.
It is a great cigar, and you might shy away from it a little bit if you like stronger cigars, because it's a little bit lighter in
I
color.
would call it, a nice medium.
Yeah.
For me, even the lighter side of a medium.
Yeah.
Probably.
And that was a pleasant surprise, because they told us that. And you're like, man, y'all nailed this so well. And being that new adventure in Honduras even made it more special.
Yep.
And on the My Father Cigars discussion is one of my favorites as well, is the Le Bijou. Now, the Le Bijou is one that is a strong cigar. And it's definitely a 5 on that scale of 1 to 5. It's a full-bodied cigar, and it is got that classic spiciness to it that is just an enjoyable cigar. And we have it in multiple sizes, but that combination of spiciness and the earth flavor is, for me, is just
I always
awesome.
thought that's a cigar that I always the Petit Robusto is my favorite size in that, but I always thought that wrap relief is one of the greatest wrap reliefs of any cigar out there.
It's Habano Obscuro.
Yep, oily and
Nicaraguan binder and Nicaraguan fillet.
yep. Next cigar on my list of honorable mentions made it for. I'm going to come right out and say, okay, is this did this cigar just blow me away? No. However, hear me out. Next cigar on my list is a cigar called, relatively new within the last month or so, a cigar called Thunder Kiss from Crowned Heads.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason this is on my list is this cigar literally retails, we retail them here for $6.75 a cigar. And it's for a cigar, when I take that price point into consideration, like, holy cow, this is a very solid cigar for, and again, I want to, say that, okay, this cigar, to me, compared to the other great cigars they do, Broadway was a cigar that came out this year. Great cigar. All the stuff they do. But when I take into that price point, if you're just looking for a very decent cigar that's not going to break the bank, give the Thunder Kiss from Crowned Heads. And if you're curious, want to know where that name came from, think old episodes of Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, really? Is that true story? I haven't heard. Okay.
You gotta research. I
got to do a little homework on that.
Research it.
That's awesome. The next one that I have for you, Scott, is another Plasencia, and it's the Reserva Original. the white band. You know that I go
Yep.
by colors, and I'll say, Scott, the white one or the red one, or
Yeah.
the sparkly gold one, the gold wrapper. And it is, it's just a great cigar, and it is on the lighter side. It's probably a mild to medium, maybe some mild plus, medium minus, something like that. So it's a cigar that someone that's even just getting into cigars and is afraid of some strength or a little worried about strength and want an excellent cigar that is maybe something they wouldn't try otherwise. The Plasencia Reserva Original is
Yep. Again, great cigar.
awesome.
Yep. The last cigar that I got on my list to talk about, and this is a cigar that, again, has been out for years. And I don't smoke them every day. I refer to it as my treat myself cigar. But I always have a couple in my humidor. And this will probably could be on my list if we do this every year for the next 20 years. It probably could be on my list every year. It is a Padron Family Reserve 45 Maduro. And all I'll say is, to me, it's the epitome of what a great cigar should be.
There you go.
I've smoked it for years, and it never lets me down.
Well, that's a tough one to follow, and I will throw out for you. In my honorable mentions, you've already had mentioned the Rocky Patel 30th, the Perdomo Legacy, so we won't review that or revisit that because I have that over here too. But you did mention one that I wanted to talk a little bit more about, and it was a new cigar for 2025 from Crowned Heads, and that was the Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
And that cigar was it's just great. And it was a great cigar, new for this year for the Crowned Heads. It also revealed their new label, their new branding, and the consistency. It was the first one with the Tennessee, the stars on it, and what Tim and John are looking for in the future. And now we've seen it with their other lines of cigars as over the next 2 years, you'll see just about, if not everything, have that on it. But that cigar, it's a pretty healthy cigar too. It's probably a 4. That's a medium plus to a full minus, however you look at
And
that.
I like, that's one I've smoked in every different size.
It's a Connecticut broadleaf.
Yep, and they're all good.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, anything else you wanted to mention over there? Because you came up with a few more than I did.
I'll have 2 more.
Yeah, throw them at us.
Okay. And it's one that it was one of the early.
Emmy, she's starting to yawn, but
she's
she
like,
hasn't.
oh my
she
gosh,
hasn't.
you guys are running out of time.
She hasn't given us that yet.
It's also in my father, and it was one of the ones you recommended to me early on as one that I might want to step it up a little bit with. And I say step it up with a little more flavor, a little bit more complexity, and I've heard you recommend it to others, and that's the Flor de las Antillas.
Yep.
Classic cigar. And it's one of the ones that you can, the price point is fantastic.
We still retail them around that $10. I think the Robusto may even be a little under $10.
Right, and it does have that. It's a little peppery.
Yep.
But it's classic, and it gets probably that medium plus scale of 1 to 5 that my brain likes to think is that 3 plus, 4 minus, maybe pushing the 4 a little bit more. But it's a box press cigar, sun grown Nicaraguan. It's a Nicaraguan Puro, but cigar. That is like several of the cigars that we have on our list accidentally were cigars of the years in the past with a cigar aficionado, but that's not why it's on the list. It's on my list just because it's fantastic.
And it's stayed, consistent every year, and when it was Cigar Aficionado's number 1 cigar of the year one year, I thought, well, great. Now they're going to be hard to get, and they're going to double in price, and it didn't happen. Great cigar. So, well, again, this was much harder than this was my bright idea, and then I'm like, oh my Lord, I
I
didn't
could
realize
have,
this was going to be so
Padron
hard.
1964, the Padron
Yeah,
26.
26. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So
again, this was just purely cigars that that we've smoked throughout the year that really caught our attention for
Liga
one
Privada,
reason or the other.
54.
Yeah,
52.
T52.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. There's so many of them, and who knows? Maybe next year we'll be a little bit more
Disciplined
or come up with a criteria. Although I think this is kind of neat because, like I say, we each kind of had different reasons why these cigars kind of caught our attention this year. So, again, this is the last episode of the year. It's been a blast so far. Emmy, we can't thank Emmy enough that sits behind the scenes and puts up with us, and she's the one that really makes this all happen because we just sit down and talk.
Yep.
And she makes it all happen. I will say that, going into 2026, a whole lot of the episodes that are coming up will be with guests.
Mm-hmm.
And, Dale got an email from me at 1 o'clock in the morning a while back, and I said, my wheels are turning, and how many podcasts do you need out there that are really cigar podcasts that are about how to cut a cigar, how to light it, different things like that? There's a bunch of them out there and very good.
Mm-hmm. So we want to go down a different track and then have customers, locker holders, friends, community people here in Middle Tennessee area come tell their story, and with a common denominator is likely cigars.
Yep.
But where a great conversation meets a great cigar is our tagline, and I think that is our focus. And with these lineup of guests coming on our show with wine pairings coming up, Tim Oslinger coming up, it's just a different twist maybe than you might be used to.
Yeah, just a whole lot of our shows moving forward will be just bringing in a guest that has a great story to tell.
Yeah, how did you get here?
Yeah, and that also, and the kind, like Dell said, the common denominator is we love cigars. So it'll be just common everyday people with great stories. It'll be people from the industry. We've got cigar reps. Again, Tim will have people like that. People from the spirits industry. There's no limit to it, but that's kind of where the focus will go.
Our goal is to have several of our local spirits sales and distillers come and tell us their story and connect cigars back to it.
So, we got a bunch of things coming up in 2026, and we're running a little short on time, so we can't really go into all of them.
That's right.
I do want to put one date that you can put on your calendar, and that is Saturday, March the 3rd. Will be our second anniversary party event here, and hard to believe that we are already planning our second anniversary event. Year one was incredible. I can go ahead and tell you, we talked a lot about Tim Oslinger and Oz Family Cigars. Tim will be here that night as our special guest. Tim did our grand opening. He did our first year anniversary event, and it's only fitting that he's here for the 2-year anniversary event. So that's coming up Saturday, March 3rd. Save that, and in the meantime, we want to again thank you for all your support around here, and each year we say these time flies, and it's hard to believe that we're wrapping up 2025, but
so if you happen to be in Middle Tennessee in the Cool Springs area in Franklin, we're at 1935 Mallory Lane, Suite 220, right behind Cool Springs Wine and Spirits, next to Academy Sports, and right behind Verizon.
Yep.
That gets you there.
And, you can follow us on all the socials. We're on Facebook, Poppa P Smoke Shop, Instagram, Poppa P Smoke Shop, SHOPPE.
Fancy spelling.
You can also follow us on our website, which is www.poppapeas.com. And you can always email us at podcast@poppapeace.com. Give us your feedback, your thoughts, your ideas, and if you know somebody that has a great story to tell that you think,
let us know.
let us know.
We'll make something
would love
happen.
to have it. So, on behalf of all of us, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And here's wishing the very best for you in 2026.
Thank you for your support.
Take care, everybody.